The debut of Michael Jordan, wears number 23, and he hasn't changed either. Look at that move. He hangs and hangs and hangs, and at that point they lead by 8. Jordan again coming up this time off baseline, spinning and wheeling and dealing. Fadeaway jump shot. Oh, he is a dandy. He had 16 points on this opening night. The Bulls with their new fast break. Sidney Green to Orlando Woolridge down the middle. Bit of a vicious slam dunk. He can move, can he? Another Washington miss, and Jordan controls the break down the middle. Again off to Woolridge for another slam. Bulls went up by
14,000 Bulls fans shook the stadium when Michael Jordan was introduced, but they held their breath after this play in the second quarter. Now watch as Jordan takes a terrible tumble.
My neck is really sore and I got a bad headache, but you know, it was scary at the moment. I didn't know exactly what happened, but you know, it felt fine. I laid down and rested and gave my players time to rest, and got back up.
Here comes Mr. Jordan.
I think he's going to be the type player like a Ernie Banks or Walter Payton that's going to be here for years.
Feeling that I have to do everything and I have to be a superstar on this team. You know, I just want to be a part and hopefully get that spark to a team that's got great talent.
Jordan's has been an all-American story, that championship-winning jumper for North Carolina as a freshman, followed by 2 All-America seasons. And this summer, he was the star of the Olympic basketball team. And when it was all over, he turned his gold over to who else but Mom.
It seems like I'm on cloud 9. Sometimes I really think it's a dream, and I'm just going to wake up tomorrow, and then none of this is going to happen.
Moment. Now get around, Mike. Don't relax with him.
Michael has had some spectacular moments in the preseason, but he also found out just how different things are when you are a Bull and not a Tar Heel. They're not as nice in the pros.
I ran into a lot of physical play, and I got upset a little bit, but you know, I also got to learn that it's going to be like that in the NBA, and I have to accept that and don't let that rattle me and be ready to play and play normal.
I'm wondering when it did occur to you that you were in the NBA.
One time I took off into the lane, and a big 7-footer stepped in front of me and blocked my shot, and right then I knew I was in the NBA, and you know, I can't always glide down the middle and make a move. You know, and someone's going to be there to block the shot.
Well, off the court, he knows he's in the NBA just by examining his new lifestyle, modeling contracts, and, oh yes, his own shoe. They call it Air Jordan. In all, he'll pick up $1 million a year. So far, his only extravagance is his $45,000 car.
I'm trying to concentrate on not changing, and I'm the same natural guy, I think. You know, if not, I want my friends to tell me that I changed, and I see what I can do about that.
Already, people everywhere are comparing Mr. Jordan with Isaiah Thomas, Jerry West, Dr. J, and Magic Johnson.
He took off on me one time. He took off so quick, and he was up so high, and he was just walking in the air, and bam! And I'm just sitting up there saying, man, only Doc has ever did that.
I don't want to live off Dr. J's style of play or Jerry West style of play. I want to go out there and live off of Michael Jordan style of play. And if it so happens that it looks like the type of game Dr. J or Jerry West played, then I'm happy.
Why he is going to be one of the great ones. With the score, 108-106 Milwaukee. Jordan goes coast to coast for the layup. Watch this move, because you're going to see it again in just a minute. That ties it, 108 all. He makes the free throw, puts Chicago up to stay. And then on the next Bulls possession, it was Jordan. Same move, look at this. Sees the opening, goes the coast, 111 to 110 Chicago, and then with time running out, Bucks have a last shot to tie the ball game. But Terry Cummings, who had a great evening for himself, he had 26, misses the shot. Jordan comes down with it, and that's it. He scored 22.
Early in the first half against the Pistons, Isaiah Thomas doing a job for the home team. Jordan saddled with 3 fouls early. He played only 5 minutes total in the first half, but in the second half, it was a different story. He really went to work in the third period. Monster jam right there. He scored 11 of the Bulls' 17 points in that period. First one went over Terry Tyler. Watch the alley-oop. It's a beautiful play coming up. Jordan, can he fly or what? I mean, he's defying the laws of gravity there. Now, beautiful pass inside for 2 more. And then a mammoth slam. Wes Matthews gets in the pass. He scored in the second half alone 25 points. The Bulls won at 122. 118.
It's Michael Jordan, not Jackson. He doesn't wear one white glove. He wears strange-looking sneakers, and he soars through the air. And he has shot to stardom already, although still in his first month as a professional with the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan played for a national champion in North Carolina. He was impeccably prepared for the pros by Coach Dean Smith. And he comes along after a sparkling performance at the Olympics where he was further taught the subtleties of the game by another coaching guru, Indiana and Olympic coach Bobby Knight. Jordan's game, like so many North Carolina players before him, is predicated on team concept and grounded in rock-solid fundamentals. But now, in just a matter of weeks, he has exploded and blossomed into a player of daring creativity. And his lucky coach in the pros, Kevin Lockery, says his appeal matches his ability. Mates are with him, and to win such quick respect and admiration illustrates why Michael Jordan is more than another flashy basketball player. He has the ability to make others around him better. He has the easy charm to galvanize team spirit. And he has the breathtaking skills to put people in the seats. Already his glossy reputation precedes him when the Bulls hit the road. Jordan may be young, but he's not impetuous, and he's wise enough to not let the pressure to perform force him to try and be all things to all fans.
I think I accept pressure and, really don't try to let that affect my game. I know it's going to be a lot of talking and crowd expectations going to be out of this world, but I have to go out and play my natural game, and that's what got me up to this point, and I can't change now just for the crowd.
What we have is a player to fire a team and spark the image of the league. The comparisons to Julius Erving and Magic Johnson are invalid. Each brings his special flair, presence, and impact to the game. Michael Jordan is like the Doctor and the Magic Man, though, in one way. The first time he stepped on a professional floor, all you had to do was look to see. There was an artist at work. So the game is good for Mr. Jordan, but Mr. Jordan may eventually be great for the game. Up to a big lead. They led by 9 early, but watch the magic of this guy, Michael Jordan, the rookie. I'm out of adjectives already, and he's only been in the league for weeks. Third quarter, Spurs led much of the way, and as we said, pumped the lead up to 9 a couple of times. George Gervin, a quiet 28. That's the way to look at it, this soft finger roll. Seesaw game late. Mike Mitchell really kept San Antonio in it. He fired out late in the fourth quarter. Beautiful body control and off the glass here. But the tip, the game on the line practically here, but Jordan uses his quickness, his exquisite body control.
Pacers' new coach had to sit by and watch stunts like this. Watch Michael Jordan.
All right, he caught it way high.
Oh, Lord.
Slams it in.
He had 34, but his roadshow wasn't enough to stop the young...
Watch Orlando Woolridge. Behind the back, off the glass, Woolridge had 30. But the next time he comes to the hoop, he finds some action. The block, Charles Barkley will go end to end. And the round mound lays it in, and Philadelphia comes from behind, 114-102. They equal the...
They got a portion of Michael Jordan's act. Watch him slam for a couple of his 18 on the night. But the Rockets countered with their outstanding rookie, Akeem the Dream Olajuwon. He was a nightmare for the Bulls. Here in red, he slams down a couple of his 13 points.
Will not fly you to the Mideast, but it has lifted a young man from North Carolina to the height of superstar. If Michael Jordan needed a mile marker, it came from no less an authority than Sports Illustrated.
4 years ago, I would never thought I'd get on Sports Illustrated. I would never thought I would be a feature story and live up to those expectations. And really, I have to set expectations for myself and live up to those.
He's able to get along with his teammates. He's an upbeat personality. He's very aggressive. He's outgoing. And on top of it, he can perform. And when you can do all three of these, you can cut down any problems you might have outside of just playing basketball.
But the media can be both a blessing and a curse. If Jordan allows his head to rise as high as his star, he might find himself alone in his glory.
But Michael's handling the pressure real well. He's not stuck up. He doesn't have his head up.
He's as hot as a Cabbage Patch doll right now. The endorsements are fast and furious. The photo sessions seem endless. But it may be more than just promotion Jordan can do. You see, the clothes may indeed make the man, but it may be Michael Jordan who makes the clothes.
Myself and some designers can sit down and discuss what type of clothes that I like and what I like in my clothes, and hopefully we can design an athletic type of clothing and then hopefully design a jeans.
This thing is going great guns. Everything from basics like shoes and clothes all the way up to automobiles.
When I drive a Chevy.
Michael Jordan and his Chevy are on the right road to stardom.
Perhaps it was because Mr. T was on hand. The Bulls in a fighting mood. Michael Jordan, watch what he does. He blocks Robert Parrish. How many people like that can block the 7-footer? But Mr. J does it all. Steve Johnson gets a nice assist from Jordan in close. He slams it home. Bulls up 52-37 at halftime. In the second half, Jordan. Oh, my! The man had 32 points. He does it all, I'm telling you. And Orlando Woolridge having a really good season as well. He had 21 points. The Bulls were just in a jamming mood.
And he saw himself a dandy first quarter action. Hawks lead at 15-8. Michael Jordan, the steal on Doc Rivers. The reverse slam, so easy. His 8th point in the quarter, and it's 15-10 at that point. Still Hawks in the lead. Still in the first, Hawks lead 25-20. Orlando Woolridge pays a visit to Slam City, 25-22. He had 25 in the night, so did Jordan. But Dominique Wilkins was right there to return the favor. Boom. The ratings go up. Only a 9-point. Come on, guys. And there is Jordan again. And you got to see this one more time. And I think their ratings would go up if they saw the slow motion. He gets hit in the back of the head by Antoine Carr. He still slams it through. But the dunk of the night, wow, you can't give him this much room. That's Dominique. He had 30 highlights without including Mr. Jordan. Here early in the game, the soaring layup as he splits the defense. He and Quentin.
That was the case last night. Michael Jordan had 36 points. He shut the crowd up a little bit with some amazing shots. With this rookie out of North Carolina, watch him drive to the bucket. First, he's rejected by Bird. He gets his own rebound, then goes up and over Kevin McHale for the three-point play. But veteran Dennis Johnson puts him.
Without him, it was purely all Michael Jordan. Watch him hang with it. He follows his own miss with a slam. For 2 of his 23 on the evening. Then comes the scoop hoop going through traffic as he does it so well. Watch this. Oh, finally off the fast break, the length of the court he goes. Jordan on another one of his famous slams and jams. And the final, Bulls 113-97.
Finalists Nance and Irving get buys into the semifinals this time around, with holdovers Clyde Drexler, Darrell Griffith, Dominic Wilkins, and Orlando Woolridge being joined by rookies Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan. The baby Bull declares some deeds which will distinguish him from the veterans.
Well, I think hang time has to be a big asset for me, and you know, I guess being able to create things with the wild mind that I have, and with the bigger hands. I have bigger hands than most guys, and I can control the ball a lot better, and that's a big asset too.
With the Sixers bringing Barkley and Irving, between them, Philadelphia and Chicago comprise half the field. Playing against his teammate could cause problems for Woolridge, but the Big O does have another advantage.
Oh, it's going to be because, you know, we've done a lot of things. It's one thing he told me, don't use any of his stuff, and I told him don't use any of mine. So it's going to be a great competition. We're looking forward to it.
In Chicago was a chance to see both Bowie visiting from Portland and the electrifying Michael Jordan trying to help the home team. Bulls' only recent success has been in their own building, and they led by 10 at halftime, but watch Bowie on the block and then the easy stuff by Kiki Vanderway. And watch him on the half court, a classic pick and roll here. And look at that hang time, beautiful, and Portland's back in it, especially when Clyde Drexler, watch the exquisite control here, and it's a 2-point Chicago lead. But the Bulls just had the horses tonight. Orlando Woolridge, first baseline drive, and he's fouled, a 3-point play. And look at, talk about control of the game and of the basketball, Michael Jordan here. Jordan and Woolridge combined, they each scored 29, but combined for 21 in the final quarter.
He'll be joined at guard by Chicago sensation Michael Jordan, the first rookie honored since Thomas did it in 1982. 4-game winning streak, but a 6-game road losing streak. Into the Cap center, Gus Williams with the nice move. Bullets still undermanned underneath, so Gus goes inside. The Bulls still led by 7, and big reason, Michael Jordan. Here he skies for one of his best dunks of the first half of the season. Jordan does more on this play. The nice feed, he drives right down the lane, and another backhand slam. Bulls up by 13 at the half. Jordan had 24 points in the first frame.
The 6 gold medalists in the NBA, no one is shining brighter than Michael Jordan. Chicago Bulls assistant Fred Carter says when God made a basketball player, he made Michael Jordan. Jordan leads the Bulls in points, steals, blocks shots, and is second in rebounding. To make the Olympic team, these 12 met Bob Knight's criteria of playing good defense, playing hard, and playing smart. They were selected in some cases over players with more talent, and some have brighter pro futures than others. But these are a dozen reasons why the Olympic team was as good as gold. Craig Sager, CNN Sports.
Here's Moses Malone, who misses the easy shot here, but watch the move. Oh, my. 2 of his 23 on the evening. What's it take to impress Kevin Lockery? How about this? This is a fast break for you.
The doctor at the other end, slam bam. He had 19 on the evening. But the intern, Michael Jordan, counters with a nice move. Softly off the glass he goes. Oh, he had 31 on the evening, won that personal war, and it was 68-57 Philly at that point. That's the way the 76ers moved the ball, though. Watch Barkley. That's 280 pounds right there. Behind the back out, Michael Ray Richardson with a bank shot, 2 of his 23. And the Bulls without Woolridge and Greenwood played pretty well on this evening.
Michael Jordan on the bench with 4 fouls for the Bulls. Not good news, and the Cavs take advantage. Their high-scoring guard will be free. Some fancy maneuvering, switches hands. 18 points in the third quarter. His team goes up by 16 over Kevin Lockery's, but they come back with some power. Juwan Oldham puts him down by 10, and then Jordan comes off the bench. Oldham with the rebound misses, but Jordan won't work. He comes up with 23 points, but he ends up fouling out. Then the Bulls
putting their most dramatic dunking on display for a top prize of $12,000.
What more could Michael Jordan ask for? In less than a year, he's been named Collegiate Player of the Year. He's won an Olympic gold medal. He set the NBA on fire, and he's been picked to start in Sunday's All-Star game.
Hopefully everything can go as smooth as it has been, and you know, I really have enjoyed my career up to this point, and you know, I have been fortunate to be on the All-Star team, and you know, a couple of Rookie of the Months. So I'm quick and he can jump, and I'm slow and I can't jump. So I don't think I've ever seen anybody perform like he does. You know, you take away his jumping ability, he could still be a great basketball player. I just feel I'm getting a good start, and a lot of people kind of jump to conclusions, but you know, I'm happy for the compliments.
Down to 2 of the rookies from Chicago, Michael Jordan, and he gets a 49 out of a possible 50 for this one right here, but that wasn't going to be good enough.
In the Cap Center to take on Washington, Michael Jordan at it again on the evening, switches hands, the reverse bucket goes through. The Bulls run off a big lead, but then Jeff Malone has been playing brilliantly the last month. Puts in 2 more of his 22 on the night. It's a 1-point game at the half, and the Bulls blow it open again in the third. Wes Matthews dishes to Orlando Woolridge, who jams it home. 25 points on the evening, but the man of the day, Jordan. Another reverse, goes the other way, puts it in left-handed this time. They're up by double figures again, and Jordan has 25 to complement Woolridge, and the Bulls get in the playoffs for the first time since Jerry Sloan was the coach 4 years ago. And they're paying a visit, and a young Madonna in the crowd. Well, Moses Malone tears down one of his 19 rebounds of the day, and quickly it's stolen and jammed by Michael Jordan. Was he hot tonight? Going head-to-head against Julius Erving, he scores 40 points, but he fouled out of the game. That's the 7th time he's been over the 40-point barrier, but Doc was not impressed. Between the legs, jams it himself. 19 as the Sixers did in Kevin Lockery's team. Charles Barkley got into the jamming parade, hanging on the rim as he often does. Chicago had a chance to tie it. Wes Matthews throws up a 3-pointer that goes off the backboard. Philadelphia holds on to a 116-113 victory, and why not?
Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, and the fans turn out to see Michael. But they turned out to see Dominique Wilkins, who had a big first half. He had 30 points on the evening, and the Hawks led 62-58. But the folks were there to see Michael Jordan, make no mistake about it. Watch the power move to the hoop and the easy jumper, and the Bulls took their first lead 74-72. Jordan finished with 33, many coming into high altitude. Forget Rookie of the Year. He's going to be up there for MVP. The Hawks had a chance to win or tie the game and then win the game at the end. Dominique Wilkins' shot won't go. It was Chicago coming up with the win.
In Atlanta, Hawks coach Mike Fratello's frustrations continued. Watch 2 great plays here by the Bulls. First, a save by David Greenwood. Michael Jordan gets out of trouble. Orlando Woolridge takes the ball for the stuff. Later, Jordan left Eddie Johnson flat-footed in this drive that put the Bulls ahead to stay in a 117-114 victory.
With the Nets, who defeated Detroit in 5 of their 6 meetings in the regular season. On the bottom of the bracket in the well against their northern neighbors, splitting the season series. If the Bucks can't contain Michael Jordan and get some support for Cummings and Moncrief, Chicago's capable of a surprise.
Michael Jordan of Chicago, 28.2 points a game, 3rd best in the NBA, many of them like that. Unanimous choice. Meets the Peanut Man. Peanuts for everybody here in Chicago Stadium. Early on, Hodges dishes to Sidney Moncrief, and he pops from the corner. He had a great night, did Sidney. Terry Cummings as well for Milwaukee. Grabs the rebound, steps inside. No defense here, the easy layup. And it's 58-55 Bulls at halftime. At second half, Alton Lister is rejected by Jawan Oldham. And break goes to Michael Jordan, who gets the hoop, draws the foul. It's 86-all. Great game. Quick hands. David Greenwood takes it away from Cummings again, ahead to Jordan for the hoop. He's hurt on this play, but you'd never know it to see him down the stretch. He scored 14 of their last 23 points. This time he does it with the left hand. 35 on the night for that young man. 108-107 at that stage. 1-0.
Two others staying alive. In Chicago, the Bulls will work another day at least. Michael Jordan scored 16 of the Bulls' last 25 points, including the game-winning jumper with 22 seconds left. Bulls over the Bucks, 109-107, but the Bucks are still up 2 games to 1.
To the hilt, came to cheer on the Bulls. Defense is Milwaukee's best offense. Paul Pressey knocks the ball loose from Wes Matthews. The fast break is started where Greg Hodges polite feeds Terry Cummings. Milwaukee breaks open a close game with an 18-5 spurt late in the second quarter. Bucks controlled the offensive boards. Terry Cummings had 18 in the first half, 55-45 at halftime. Michael Jordan, again, sensational dribbles right through everybody for the score here. He had 29 on the night. Milwaukee then pulled away with free throws. Terry Cummings had 6 from the line in the final minute of play, where they iced it. 105-97, the final score. Milwaukee wins that series 3-1.
Jackson looked like he had some good moves, but there's another man on the Bulls team who's had great moves all year. It's not Dave Corzine, it's Michael Jordan. He gets the rebound here. He had 29 points on the night. Now this game, John and I were watching it last night, was so physical. Paul McKeskey goes in, he gets mugged under the basket. They scramble around for the basketball, and all they got out of this was a jump ball call. And guess what Kevin Lockery thought of that? That's what he thought of that. A big force for Milwaukee all season has been Terry Cummings. He had 29 last night and looks good in this playoff series.